produces. Everything really kind of starts from Carla and just bounces off Alvin. So that's the shtick.
It's just to be funny, and it's just not.
Don't hurt me, my healer. Jesus Christ.
So I thought it was an alright show. Again, nothing particularly good standing out, but nothing particularly bad.
She's annoying, very annoying, and this anime is annoying.
The way Carla acts and treats Alvin like a piece of because, not gonna lie, I kind of like seeing this like hero archetype just be dragged through the mud like this. It's actually really cool.
The elephant in the room. You guys need to step off my girl Carla, okay? She's not terrible. She can be villainous, but she is not a villain, okay? Being a cheerleader for anime and character nobody cares about. How very contrarian. As I had reviewed other anime tubers with this topic in mind, common reception is negative. It is mostly negative for this anime. Is it really such a good idea to have an entire video just screaming about anime you hate? I know this anime is made for weirdos. The premise of this show is the most damaging preview of this anime, and the nail in the coffin being the following events throughout the show's run. From Crunchyroll, it reads, in a world packed with adventurers fighting with demons, Alvin, a warrior, whose wits are sharper than his sword, finds himself needing the help of Carla, a dark elf and healer with maxed out taunts. Little did he know, this seemingly simple act would result in his most pain-in-the-butt encounter ever. Don't miss this fantasy and adventure comedy. Both My Anime List and Crunchyroll have Alvin listed as a warrior. The mistranslation of the soldier, Alvin, is a detail I find hard to overlook simply because of how obvious of a joke it becomes when rewatching. Passive-aggressive energy from Carla is a high curve to get over from all the clips I've shown thus far. Also, please check out these creators, by the way. They are really fun and entertaining channels, especially this one. Seeing where the discomfort starts to set in on what should be a cozy show about budding adventurers turned into a hate fest of ill-placed insults and mild indifference doesn't sit right with me. Hi all, it is I, Xura-senpai, the new guy invading the YouTube space to show my love for this medium. I'm here to discuss my thoughts on what makes this anime truly great in spite of the critics who dropped this show on episode 1 and never looked back. Carla is my waifu, and this show is but her playground. I want to take a step back to acknowledge the key part in ensuring this wacky show got made in the first place. Studio JGaminDood, founded in 2009, they helped on a myriad of shows from Recreators in 2017, Sakugan, as well as Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer in 2021, Buchigiri, just last year, 2024, also helping in some of the production of Sakamoto Days, so keep a lookout for them in that show. If I list any more, I'd open up a panel or something, because this would literally be a 12-hour video, unless... No, I'm joking, let's stay on topic. Licensed and broadcast by Katakawa and Crunchyroll in 2022, this studio might not look like much compared to the juggernauts of anime production, be it your Triggers, your Kyo Annies, the JC Staffs, the Silverlinks, and others. JGaminDood has already won me over, with many anime I hold dear attached to their name. These professionals won't be winning Anime of the Year or anything, but this team of creatives help realize shows with great ideas and characters I'm excited to go over in future videos. Nakanishi Nobuaki, the director of this series, has a long list of other directorial works, from Bomberman B. Daman Boku Gaiden to Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer of 2022, I Shall Survive Using Potions in 2023, Magical Circle, Guru Guru, and many others. Adapting the webcomic of the same name by the creator Tanenin Hako, Konohira Mendokuse has filled me with sarcasm and has shrunk my brain. The staying power of any given character of anime can depend on a few main factors. Is it the main character, the brash and the free spirit of Mugen from Samurai Champloo, the stoic deduction of Kusuriuri from Mononoke, or the haughty exterior of Okami Ryoko in the show by the same name, Okami-san? Could it be the design, the dynamic style of Akira Amano, the painterly and bold style of Yoshihiko Umakoshi? Or is it the pairs that are very prevalent in anime? Dynamic duo, from the existential hit wonderland of Heavenly Delusions, the Reach for the Sky type pairing, Sabiku Bisco, or the faded Super Sentai type pairs from Futo Private Investigation. Static formulas like the idol shows, the mecha shows, and the cute girls doing cute things shows. These shows and distinct archetypes influence the staying power, i.e. investment, in their works. There could be a single factor to contribute to this decision. In this case, the main drive keeping me hooked was Carla. Tannen-sensei has a knack for great elf girl designs. The fact that she's an awkward troublemaker is just a bonus. Carla is a narcissist. How she sees herself and projects this divine image upon anyone she saves, hence why the ending starts with an angelic Carla gracing the poor souls in need of healing. When she is clearly at fault in a scenario, she will curse her good traits as a result. Carla assumes that she is always in the right, and sadly, she actually is. Not because she is a prolific mage as much as she wants you to think. Carla is right not because she is a great healer. She is right because she is an expert on monsters. Prepared for every encounter, she has a way of belittling any rogue type that comes across her path. For those she can't anticipate, she has the rest of her party for the other setbacks. In case of an all-out brawl, she knows Bashi Kwan. Not that she ever uses it in the right context. She's more likely to bust down a door with her legendary shoulder bump than any actual threat. If Carla's personality was not a turnoff for most of her peers, her magic will say otherwise. Carla's magic is naturally malicious. Scaring the tar out of her partner Alvin on multiple occasions, Carla's magical properties are understood only by her. Any assumption Alvin, or any other character for that matter, might as well go out the window. The heart of Kono Healer's gags actually hinge on this fact. For me, it was rewarding to experience this absurd joke subverting my expectations because Carla is casually dishonest. Our main heroes, driven as outcasts within their social groups, find a lightning in a bottle situation as their kind of the least common denominator. I feel these two were destined to meet simply because of how terrible they can be. With all other options extinguished, the last resort can often be your best friend. Once you're in rock bottom and you have to claw your way out, moving forward doesn't seem nearly as bad with company. Don't hear her being talked about in the anime sphere at all, and most could say for good reason. She's conniving, instigative, manipulative, ill-mannered at times, very villainess-like behavior, coming from what should be a hero. They see the emotional and brash Alvin trying his best in a new field to become an adventurer and live his experiences to the fullest. And then we have Carla, that often weighs him down, tears him apart mentally, and gets in his way instead of often helping. If you don't find that very funny, I think you got opposite priorities to mine. A party member meant to help you, but has only been a blight on your entire journey. Any college student could definitely see this as a relatable type of experience. In the college setting, we are assigned dorms with random roommates, and you just have to adapt. You have to live in that situation and become friends with who you are living with. If you cannot do that, you have to find new friends and maybe the other side of the apartment complex. And often, even that is still a valid way to live life. Where was I going with that? Hey there, gonna stop real quick to ask you to like and subscribe. We're always looking for more members in the Xura army. Seasoned subscribers are advised to hit the notification bell. Alright, back to the video. I feel for the people who desperately watch this show just for a glimpse at Alvin's face. Then to see the color fade in their souls at the realization that this very curiosity was the joke the whole time. The soldier Alvin, not a knight, not a warrior, a soldier, not a paladin. Yes, I'm very hung up on this. I'm sorry, guys. Anyone bothered by this specific classification, congrats! They got you again. In other words, they got me again. The writers of this show get caught up in puns and subversions just to beat the media literacy into the viewer's head whether they like it or not, making Alvin the ultimate punching bag and this show's secret weapon. That might be giving him too much credit though. God knows his ego is big enough for his entire party to jab at without the fear of deflation. But no one brings Alvin down quite like Carla does. It's time to talk about the core concept that can have you intrigued like my first viewing, or your eyes will start to glaze over reaching for the remote. Phase 1, we meet the monster. Phase 2, heroes react to each given threat, inconvenience, or bizarre occurrence. Phase 3, we humanize the new entity. Rinse and repeat. This last step is what I consider to be the deal breaker for all viewers that go off and give this show scathing reviews about how awful Carla is or how bland and ugly the show looks. It's this subversion I'm willing to bet is the source of the initial discomfort. If you don't find this kind of joke even slightly funny, you're gonna have a rough time watching this show. Jamondo producers give us all flavors of voice cast. Forgive me if I mispronounce any of these names, just bear with me, I'm trying to learn Japanese and all that. We have the seasoned veterans, Ayane Sakura as the thief. She's played in roles like Yotsuba from the quintessential quintuplets, House MD, Ameku MD, Dr. Detective, Prince Yugen in Azure Lane, and Ran from Adam the Beginning. Mai Fujigami as Anna. She has played in roles as Nagisa from Assassination Classroom, Taiga and Buddy Daddies, Miho in Girls in Panzer, Sadayo from Persona 5 the animation. Anna, a ghost cursed with a common death from a haunted mansion. Her presence adds to the tension, leading to malevolent ghost Ryoko. Carla then reforms said ghost, turning her into a late member of the party. The whole supernatural rehabilitation scene, it just fits so well with Carla's character, showing the initial spook before realizing that even ghosts are just people too. This scene gave me Miyako-chan vibes and was a pleasant surprise for this series. Asano Tomari as Altagaya, a simple mushroom man that can be intimidating to low-level adventurers. He later joins the party and he is kept around as emergency rations, playing as Shinei in 86, Chilchuk and Dungeon Meshi in Kyupai from Sabikubisco. Takuya Sato as Alvin, playing roles as Toshihiki from Vanguard Card Fights, Takuya from Mr. Tonegawa Middle Management Blues, and Tatsuya Yuki from the Gundam Build Fighters series. Sayori Hayami as Maria, a gentle necromancer with a heart of gold, doing her best to revive lost souls, carrying the burden of watching over those forgotten to time. Carla has a breaking point watching her struggle with master keys, revealing a side repressed by Carla. Carla and Maria end up bonding over how arbitrary it all was to begin with, leaving Alvin to whimper in the basement. By far one of the highlights of this show. Playing as Shirayuki in Snow White with the Red Hair, Yor Forger for Spy Family, Misuzu from Elda Live, and Miho from Bakuman. Medusa and Dryad, what do you call them, forest creatures? They are threatening for a mere 6 seconds before being engulfed by the party's shenanigans. They have specific little quirks like Medusa's peekaboo game that petrifies Alvin before being completely nullified by Carla's teasing, or Dryad's sadistic whipping. Instead of being an all-out threat initially, it's more of a consequence from Carla's nullification spell. Mostly Bear, one of the funniest characters for their namesake and behavior in the first episode, adding the right dose of chaos at the start of the party's relationship. Brigin, they're all
bad guys.
It's a missed opportunity to have these three voiced by different actors. In my personal opinion, definitely not the laziest idea, but to show 2/3 of faceless bad guys voiced by established voice actors makes me even more confused. The inner workings and qualifications of voice acting in general is not my strong suit, but it was at least impressive to see this audio team go the extra mile. Konohira has been a fun ride. After rewatching, it still gives me the slight chuckle I've had for some of my favorite scenes. If the monsters being neighborly creatures turned you off, I'd argue this is the point of the show. When characters decide to do absurd things, regardless of their situation, they have fun at people's expense, including the viewers at times. This satire fantasy comedy might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I've been craving something new from fantasy for a long time, and Konohira Mindokse has the perfect flavor I've been searching for. 3 anime I recommend as off-kilter comedies to enjoy after this show: The Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle, Senyu, and a herbivore dragon of 5,000 years gets unfairly villainized.